So this is my first video I've edited on Adobe Premiere. If anyone actually remembers this game, I'm gonna be really surprised. And no, it's not Battle Revolution. No, it's not Rangers or any of those games. Story time. Let's take a trip back in time. Back when YouTube was just bought by Google and Britney Spears cut her hair. Instead of 807 Pokemon, there were only 493. Now then, let's talk about the DS. If you had this bad boy back in the day, you were the coolest kid in school. Pokemon had received a huge update from this to this.
That's the same thing.
If your parents were rich, you had one of these bad boys. But if you were like me, you had to find alternatives to get your Pokemon fix as a kid. So when my boy, Luke Skywalker, told me about a website where you could play Pokemon for free, it just seemed too good to be true. Oh sure, from what I'm about to tell you, there's probably already a newer and greater version of this, but this was the first of its kind. The website was called www.pokemoncreator.com. Now, if you go to this website today, it takes you right to the Nintendo website. Detective Pikachu. Crack the mystery with Pikachu. Okay, I'm getting off topic.
And then I started eating garbage.
So you're probably asking, what did this game look like? How did it play? When are you gonna upload more videos? Can I still play it today? All great questions. Yes, yes, no, yes. When recording in the early days of the internet, it was essentially a requirement that you used unregistered Hypercam 2. Granted, what choice did you really have back then? Throw away your expensive video equipment, your 4K video quality, you just need this bad boy. Now before I tell you some stories I have about the game, I'm going to show you guys around the website. Behold, the year 2007. Wow, this brings back a lot of memories. And a simpler time. Before Jake Paul and whatever the hell this is. Okay, so let's take a quick look around and how you would get started on this ancient website. Right away, you'll notice that there are a lot of ads. Cursor ads. My god, there are so many cursor ads. These definitely came with a virus. So on the main homepage, it briefly tells you what Pokemon Creator was about. You can sign up, check the forums, chat with other people. This site is in no way affiliated with Nintendo. The usual. Make your username, fill in the blanks, do the CAPTCHA, ignore the terms of service, download the cursor virus, and you're ready to get started. Now this is where it was truly mind-blowing as a kid. You got to choose your own character. You got to choose not 3, but 16 different starters. Like, how could you not think this was the coolest thing back then? Once you chose everything, it was off to the races. Man, these advertisements were really weird back then. Find the best game cheats, unlocks, and guides. Download now. Cheats enabled. Slap the belly and find your secret admirer. Participation required. Okay, so now you have your account made, this is what you could do. You could choose a map, battle with friends and strangers, or check your account. With the maps, you got to choose where you wanted to spawn to catch Pokemon, and you were introduced to this cluttered mess. Okay, I can't lie to you guys anymore. It was really, really bad. But since we had no other way to play Pokemon, I guess we just sucked it up. So don't bother looking for your character, because you won't find him. Every time you wanted to move into a direction, it will refresh the page. It was a mess. But if you were lucky, you might find a wild Pokemon. Battling was just like a simulation. You chose a move, they chose a move, the battle began, and you saw the results afterwards. When you're ready, you threw a ball, and hopefully you caught it. You know the deal. That was the catching Pokemon part. But the battling wasn't that bad, as long as you're not expecting much. The battles worked out the way you'd expect them to. You chose a move, they chose a move, and you kept battling until someone won. Oh dear. But the main thing that stood out from the rest, the main reason why I chose to play Pokemon Creator, was for all the fake Pokemon. I knew they were fake. I just didn't want to admit it. You had normal Pokemon, shiny Pokemon, Metal, Ghost, and Dark variations of every Pokemon. Now, I'm not going to explain what the difference is, but you guys can read it right here. Okay, that's enough of me talking about the game. I do have a few short memories of me playing the game way back in the day, so I'll share them with you guys. Here we go.
Dearest brother, if you do not see me again, the only thing I ask for you is to log into my Pokemon Creator account and to catch me in Mewtwo.
Story 1. The day I learned never to give out my password. Filling up the Pokédex in the game required you to own every stage of the Pokemon's evolution. For example, if you had a Charmander that you grew into a Charizard, your Pokédex would only say you had a Charizard. You needed to own a Charmander and a Charmeleon to complete the line. Anywho, back in elementary school, I always used to hang out with these group of friends. These friends would always share their accounts with each other on almost anything. Being the goody two-shoes I was, I never gave out my password, until they peer pressured me. They did say they would do only good things and help me out, and I trusted them. The next day, I went to play Pokemon Creator, and my Pikachu evolution line I was doing was missing Pikachu. I had 2 Raichus and a Pichu, and to add on to that, my Master Ball collection was down, and I had a lot of Pidgeys. My friend's excuse was, "Oh, but Pikachu is already ready to evolve." I'd already completed the line. I didn't need another Raichu. Oh, I already had one already. I learned my lesson the hard way, one way or another. Story 2. My friend not knowing how items worked. So one of my friends was pretty easy to beat back in the day once I learned how Pokemon worked. In fact, I remember beating his Charizard very easily when his Pokemon was at low HP because every turn he would use a full heal. He obviously didn't know what that item did. For those who don't know, a full heal only heals status conditions, not HP. Easy win. He wasted a lot of turns. Story 3. Rage Quit. One of my other friends, on the other hand, Luke Skywalker, was very tough to beat. I remember one day we were having a battle and I was getting my ass handed to me. I got so upset that I closed down the webpage. We were chatting on the phone because I didn't know what Skype was back then, and oh boy was he upset at me for leaving. It sounded like he was gonna pop a vein. See, if someone leaves mid-battle, the website doesn't know what to do, so you had to relaunch the game from the home screen again. Not to mention that it also didn't save your win. Story 4. Free Pokemon. Now, Pokemon Creator had an interesting trade system. You could trade up to 6 Pokemon for another Pokemon, so when my friend gave me his old account, it was like receiving $20. Of course, microtransactions weren't a thing back then, so... Shut up, it's a metaphor. I remember specifically it had his overpowered Blaziken. He wanted it back, but I didn't give it to him because he kicked my ass in the battle before and got angry at me. Sucks to suck! Story 5. Wasted Ink. So, remember my friend back from Story 2? Well, he had a trampoline, and we used to hang out and go on there all day. Having fun from the hype that was Pokemon Creator, I remember asking my mom to help me print out 4 pages of all my Pokemon, so that way we can use our teams and pretend to battle each other in real life. It was a waste of ink that day, and his trampoline was broken, so I just watched him play Pokemon Pearl. Sorry, Ghost Delibird and Metal Bagon. Looks like you guys won't be seeing the light of day ever again. Oh, but Talented Geek, why didn't you just look up ROM hacks and play fan-made versions of Pokemon? Because they didn't exist back then. One of the strongest memories I have back in the early 2000s was me looking up how to make your own Pokemon games and where to play new Pokemon games. And no matter how hard I looked, I couldn't find them. All I found was a YouTuber named Blue Mac and Cheese who made funny Pokemon parodies, who also made anime parodies, which also got me into anime. So thanks, Pokemon, you turned me into a weeaboo. So, what happened to Pokemon Creator? Well, before the website closed, the creator left with this message.
In the 9th grade, I became fascinated with Pokemon. I bought all the games and played them over and over. When a friend who shared my interest moved away, I thought that it would be great to put a similar game on the internet that he and I could play together. Through the years, he and I and thousands of our site viewers enjoy my version of Pokemon. Soon I will be graduating from college. Life has its demands and responsibilities. Life will be changing, and it is not going to be possible to maintain PokemonCreator.com. As a result, I have decided to shut down PokemonCreator.com on December 1st, 2007.
Pokemon Creator was replaced by Pokemon Vortex in 2009, but it was made by a different person. So that was Pokemon Creator. Have you guys heard of this game? I'll be surprised if anyone has. I've asked almost everyone I know and they haven't heard of it. Oh, also, I'm gonna be done with Pokemon for a while. Don't get me wrong, I love the series, but I just want to move on to other video games and make videos and films based on stuff I want to make. Don't worry, I'll make more Pokemon stuff in the future, but if I stay with one thing, I'll get bored of it, and then the quality of my content will drop. So I'll be moving on to make videos on new subjects. I hope you guys will stick around. Thanks, and I'll see you guys in another video. Hey, does this advertisement for cheats work on Fortnite? Well, I don't know. Let's take a look.
He's the final boss!
Huh. Well, I guess it works if this guy hasn't been banned.